Prensa, gracias por teniéndonos hoy a la noche.
Bruised Sinatra. I want to thank the Home Wreckers for inviting us out here tonight. And I also want to thank Jeannie and the beautiful lady behind the camera for coming out here and getting us into the...
La Prensa.
La Prensa! Yo, que un día tú volverás y tú de todo te arrepentirás. Me puse dispuesta a tus pies y tan solo con desprecio me he pagado perdonaré. Si me ves y me quieres más bajo de mi alma.
Taproom manager here at Skull Mechanics Brewing, in charge of all bookings and day-to-day operations here in the tap room. We opened up, kind of quietly opened our doors, had a soft opening February 18th of 2018, so we're coming up on about 2 years now. We do a lot of lagers, a lot of ales, a lot of traditional styles. Our owner, Jeff Willis, is from Houston, Texas. Moved here in '92, worked all around town at different bars. He was a mechanic by day, bartender at night. He would do DJ gigs around town. Yeah, so he went up to Colorado in about 2010, opened up Tap and Handle there, and within the first 2 years it took off and got in top 20 beer bars in the nation. It was successful enough that after he had a couple of kids, decided he wanted to be close to family. He sold it off to a Hop magazine and 2 of his bartenders and came and opened this place up. We're at least one of Austin's only family-owned breweries, but potentially the only one. I'm not totally sure on that.
Yeah.
But it's just his wife, himself, and his mother is an investor, so we're also one of the only breweries in town that's majority female-owned.
Do you hear this? This is incredible.
Yeah.
La Prensa, I was telling you earlier that it's mother-daughter, Diana behind the camera,
Yeah.
her mother started it. How many years ago? 33 years ago, so
Wow.
off 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's just exciting to hear that.
Yeah, I love working for a family-owned place. There's just something nicer about it.
Yeah, yes.
You know who you're working for and who you're putting your time in.
We are here with Dre Tovar. Okay, he is a fan of Virginia. Do you work with her? Let us know who you are, and have you ever heard her music?
I have not, but she's a friend of my girlfriend Maggie, who's over there. Hi. Anyways, so we came over here to see her, but I've never seen them.
Okay.
And so I'm excited to see it in Skull Mechanics Brewery.
It's kind of tea that you take all the sugars out of the grain and in the malt, and you let the yeast eat that, and that's what produces the alcohol and comes up with beer, and you introduce hops and all of those ingredients later in the process. So this is where the magic's made, that this is what allows us to have fun on the other side.
Hi everybody! Happy New Year! Oh my God, La Prensa! All right, I'm here. I'm super excited. I'm here with Virginia and Pablo Lopez. They are in a band called Bruised Sinatra. All right. I met Virginia. I've got to say the backstory here. I'm walking down on South by. I got a new camera and I'm taking pictures. And I pass a club called Metal and Lace, which is now defunct. And I heard beautiful music coming out of that. And so anyway, I go back, and she's playing with her band called Something Called Nothing, and so I was blown away. And she is now, fast forward, in this Bruised Sinatra, which I have not heard. I can't wait, and just want to talk to them and get their story, and you know how far she's come along and what's going on in their lives. So, guys,
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna hand the mic to y'all.
Sure.
Introduce yourself.
So I'm Virginia.
Hey, I'm Pablo.
Yeah. This is my brother. Where did we? I mean, my brother and I started playing music when we were super young, and he he used to be part of something called Nothing, and then he got married, had to take some time off, had some kids, good stuff. But here we are again, fast forward years later, and the one thing that found us, you know, together again is music. And he started playing stand-up bass literally when?
Yeah, maybe about a year ago.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey man, come on, let's, you know, I took a little break from music. He's like, come on, man, let's play some music, because I just got the stand-up bass and a little practice. I'm like, I don't know, bro, you know. And then, of course, you know, once we get together, then the music starts going, and we start writing music, and then we're like, oh man, we're good, you know, we sound pretty good, let's do it. And that's where we are now. You know, our style is so diverse, I guess, because it's not quite rock and roll.
No, and you know, we do have a lot of Hispanic influence in us that is transparent in our well, yeah, that I think it's extremely transparent in our music, especially now that you're playing acoustic and I'm playing an upright bass. I don't know, it's always there, it's always been there, and it's, you know, something that I think transports a lot in our music now.
Yeah.
Because we're playing a lot of acoustic stuff, whereas before it was more hard and more faster, more punch, more drums, more snare.
I mean, there's still punch in the music, but it has a lot of like classical influence in a sense, and
especially in your guitar.
But in the classical sense, it's also like just not like regular classical. There's a little bit of like that little, you know, like when you like in the old school guitarron, you're like I mean, not that I'm a great guitarist or anything, but it's good. It's good stuff. You're gonna see it a little bit. I hope you like
this
it.
is exciting. I mean, well, you know, you were talking about the background traditions of what y'all grown up with, and you know, so is any of your family members musicians? How did y'all get influenced to do this? And like, have y'all ever done recorded Spanish music, or you know, what?
No, my father played guitar, and he taught me how to. It was actually a bet, because him and his best friend used to play classical guitar. They'd get together and drink some beers, you know. And his best friend had a daughter at the time that was the same age as I was. So they had a bet to see who could teach their daughter how to play classical guitar and better, right? Which, I mean, think about it. I was like this tiny little kid with his little tiny hands, you know. See, I was like, well, I don't know, Dad. I was like, little tiny hands, but I won, right? Obviously, because I'm awesome. Anyway, no. No, so my dad taught me how to play guitar, and then, you know, fast forward, he was younger and we were both young. I was like, hey man, you know, I'll teach you how to play some bass. And when I said that, it was really like dong 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 dong. I was like, but whatever, man. Like we could, you know, we still made some songs.
Yes.
But we don't. I have been thinking about writing a song in Spanish, and right now we're not going to do it tonight because they asked for all originals.
Okay.
But we do play a really good, not a cover, but a remake of a Selena song.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's fantastic. Like, it's so weird. Like, as soon as we play it, everybody's like, oh, what? It's like their little minds go like, holy shit, you're singing in Spanish, which is really strange for me too.
Okay.
But it's a challenge and it's fun, you know, and he has a good time, and it's just this band has been a really good, solid, different experience for us. And we're really enjoying it because we're enjoying it together as siblings, and we're not thinking too much ahead about, you know, everything that comes along with a band. Like, it's like, no, we're just gonna take it one thing at a time, and we're having a good time with it, and that's it.
I love to hear that, because a lot of I was talking to Kyle, the manager here at Skull Mechanics, about why people get in the industry, and sometimes it is for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I want to be famous, I want to be rich and all this, and you know, you gotta work at your craft.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Exactly why we're here. That's exactly why we're here.
Work at your craft and connect with people. And that's what, you know, I think, I was lucky enough when I first started doing music. I met a musician who I opened up for, Jeff Mays out of Rosenberg, Texas. And I was all excited, like, oh, did you like my set and how was it? And he was like, you're good, but you need to go back to Austin and take songwriting classes.
Oh.
You're okay? You need to go back to Austin and take
Man, if that's the case, I did a lot of classes.
and vocal classes. But he was like, you're doing it for the right reason.
Yeah.
That's all he was trying to say.
And you know, it's crazy you say that because when we first got back together to play music, I think we had the same conversation, and we both agreed that we were going to do this to have a good time.
Yes.
And enjoy each other's company, and you know, life has happened. He's, you know, has kids, he's married. I, you know, have a full-time job, a profession, I guess, if you want to call it. But you know, and so music is this thing that's but music, you know, but music is always this thing that we have in the back of, like, it's on the back of our minds, but we want it, like, we want it.
Yes.
But that's interesting you say that, because it's true. It's before with Something Called Nothing, it was always like, oh, we're going on tour, we're gonna do this, we'll record, we're gonna do all this stuff. And it's such this pressure, like,
It's a grind and then you're just.
And this project, believe it or not, like, as relaxed as we are about it, it's become even better. Like we're getting like we have amazing friends who are amazing fans and an amazing family. Hi, Mom. And just it's so cool to see how much we draw just people in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like our personas and who we are and like the way we play. It's like it's cool. It's just we're fun and we're happy and we're not stressed out as much, and we're just happy. You know, we recorded a couple of tunes. We're like, okay, let's do it. And there's always all this pressure, like, oh, we're gonna, you know, copyright. I'm like, okay, yeah, in time.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess, whatever. But I think that attitude is what's helping us get a little further in a sense, without even wanting, and then also just get better and be better and just have a good time and be happy.
Yeah.
Just fantastic.
Virginia set just now, Naomi. I know you're a fan, a friend.
And fan, yes. I thought it was a really great show. Very exciting. Blew me away. Great vocals, great bass. It was overall a great time.
I agree. She's incredible.
We got some dancing in there as well.
And this is Naomi Willis. Thank you.
I like it.
How did y'all meet? Y'all work with her, or how did y'all meet her?
I work with Pablo's wife, Melissa.
Okay, and Melissa is okay.
Yeah.
She's
It's
a little
her
shy.
birthday. We're out for her birthday.
Happy birthday, Melissa.
Yeah, happy birthday, Melissa.
So anyway, we're excited. I have known Virginia for about 5 years. Heard her band Something Called Nothing. I can't wait to hear the set. Thank you.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we'll be back. All right.
We'll be here.
We just hope y'all have a good time watching this. All right.
Thank you, La Prensa.
Bye.